After 20 years, we finally got Pokemon Snap 2. Hey, this is GatorEXP, and I'm really excited for the new Pokemon Snap game coming to the Switch that was announced this morning at the Pokemon Presents. There was some other information. I'm not going to be discussing all the information at the Pokemon Presents. Some stuff for Go, a reminder about the DLC, a literal baby game to teach you how to brush your teeth, which some of y'all might need, but let's go ahead and discuss the Pokemon Snap trailer because that's a big thing. Now, interestingly enough, this is called New Pokemon Snap. But it's very obviously a brand new game, a new sequel, not necessarily like a remake or a remaster as some of the other new games are for Nintendo. But this one, obviously, yeah, it has a lot of new locations, a lot of new Pokemon as well. There are Pokemon from every generation as we see them throughout the trailer. Starting off, first of all, we see some Gen 5 and Gen 6 Pokemon with Bouffalant and Vivillon, and this interesting location, which seems a little like a field. Then we see some Swanna flying, we see an ocean area, which again, seems like a new location for Pokemon Snap. We've had water areas before, like the beach, the river, but this one seems like you're actually going to be in the ocean, or at least, the vehicle is going to be traveling on top of the water, or in the water, to see some of those Pokemon there. Interestingly enough, we see some of these locations at different times of day. Which we'll discuss. One of the things, though, looks like we're going to get the beach area again. Very likely it's going to be the first starting area, a reference to the original Pokemon Snap, kind of a tutorial thing, and we see Pikachu here. The funny thing is, though, when I saw this footage before they announced it was Pokemon Snap, during the trailer, or during the presentation, I saw Pikachu, and I'm like, oh shoot, is this Pokepark 3? We'll have to wait a little longer for Pokepark 3, but Pokemon Snap does look cool. Again, going to be a beach area. Not exactly the same beach area as we can see through a lot of the geography of the area. So, but yeah, definitely going to be a beach area. That's very likely going to be the starting point. Interestingly enough, we see a wooded area at night, and at first I thought, okay, maybe this is like a level at night, which first of all is something great. We've had darker areas, like the cave and the power plant, but it seems like we're going to have actually outdoor at night areas. But the interesting thing, though, is another point. It shows the ocean again, and we see a Primarina just swimming in the water, which looks so good. The graphics look so nice for this game. But this is the same area that we see the Wailord at the very beginning, and at another point we see the same area at night. So it seems like we're going to be able to visit these at different times of the day. I doubt, though, that it's going to correlate to real life time. Perhaps, maybe, or maybe we could just pick one stage and pick whether we go during the day, the evening, or night, or something like that. With other, and that might make sense for other Pokemon, right? Because in various Pokemon games, the Pokemon that appear in the area are dependent on the time of the day, so that could be an interesting thing to play into it. Obviously we don't know for sure, but I'm gonna venture to say that that's the case that's going on here. We see various Pokemon. At one point, see Scorbunny, so yes, all the way up to Generation 8. Some neat Pokemon. We see Lapras as well, which is that Lapras comes a lot closer. In the older games, Lapras was pretty far away, but now that it comes closer, and it has a Squirtle on its back. And at one point, we also see Torterra and Dodrio together, and to me, it looks like they notice each other. They're interacting with each other, so potentially we could be seeing more Pokemon interactions throughout the game. Very obviously, everything's kind of scripted with a Pokemon Go track, but there are, events you can trigger through your actions, so very likely a lot of that's going to be carrying over, I'm guessing. But yeah, this Torterra and this Dodrio seem like they're getting into a tussle, maybe. That's just what I can see from the trailer. But yeah, really nice trailer overall. There aren't any newer features shown off. We get a look at the protagonist character, who very obviously is not Todd Snap. So interesting. He looks a lot more like the protagonist from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I don't know the names. I think it's Trace, but it's not necessarily him, but I'm thinking it's more so the generic looking protagonist. He does also have a new camera, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I like the big camera that Todd Snap has, but obviously, this is a newer one, and I kind of mentioned that I made a tweet a while ago saying something to the degree of, I bet Todd Snap just carries around a Rotom phone with him now instead. So I wonder if this character is going to be customizable, potentially, just mostly because he looks so generic. I would think so, potentially. And, it's Pokemon in 2020, so very likely you might even be able to choose your, whether male or female for the player character. And I like saying customization is a thing is, a big wish and just speculation based on how generic this player character looks. But then again, you're not always necessarily meant to see the player character because it's a first-person game. So yeah, who really knows? I think, you know, if he's generic, it's fine, because again, the focus is on the Pokemon. But I would prefer if Todd Snap were in the game. You know, maybe he's taken over the role of Professor Oak in this game. Who knows? But overall, really nice looking game. Again, you know, I think a big thing is the graphics. You know, there are a lot of Pokemon as well. Gen 7, several ones here, and it just looks so nice. You know, they've had a lot of time to improve and this and that. But let me see. Interesting thing, we see Pyukumuku again. Grookey's there, another Gen 8 Pokemon with some of the we're seeing Pokemon eat as well, like actually eat the food. I don't remember if the food I do not remember the food disappearing. I remember it being bait, but that's one thing we see Pikachu do. We also see a Dodrio is eating as well. So I'm wondering how far the mechanics exactly have come, but at the very least, apples are back. Likely Pester Balls are going to be back as well, so we'll have to see. One interesting thing I did notice as well is that after you take a picture, there's kind of a preview of it in the bottom left, kind of similar to, obviously, modern phones, you know, that take pictures. That was not a thing in the original. You know, you take a picture of a Pokemon, you zoom in, you take a picture, and it as well. When you're looking through the camera as well, it looks like there's kind of a little tracking feature, similar again to modern phones with facial tracking, but it looks like they track the Pokemon, but the red dot is still going to highlight when you're exactly on that Pokemon. So obviously, you know, these images still count as that Pokemon when you bring them in to get judged, but we'll see how exactly the accuracy is going to play into the game as a whole. But yeah, just very nice looking game, and I'm really I'm waiting to see a lot more. The Wailord thing at the beginning is big, and interestingly enough, Isle of Armor, some gameplay is out because the game is out right now, and apparently Wailord is big in that one. So this is the return of big Wailord, guys. But you know, let me know what you think down in the comments below. If there is anything else you'd like to discuss about the presentation this morning, go ahead. But again, you know, I'm mostly focused on the Pokemon Snap, and I'm going to go to something now, and then when I come back, I'll be playing the Pokemon DLC for Isle of Armor, so that'll be fun and exciting. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. How excited are you for Pokemon Snap? Did you play the original, which, you know, again, for Nintendo 64, and it was put on Virtual Console for Wii U as well, but, you know, this is a brand new game, brand new Pokemon Snap game for a brand new generation, and as well as the older generation as well. So, you know, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How excited are you to play it? If you enjoyed the content, remember to leave a like and subscribe to show your support. You can enable notifications by clicking that bell icon next to the subscribe button. This will make sure you see each new video as it comes out, and will make you a member of the Chingling Squad. Anyway, this has been GatorEX. Have a nice day.